Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all my very dear students. This is your English instructor Kainat Kamal from English Department, Army Burnhall College for Girls, Abbottabad, and I welcome you all to the lecture 18th of Intermediate English class second year. Dear students, we are still on our Unit 2, Hope and Aspiration, and today is the last lecture of Reading Selection 2.2. That was a speech by Nelson Mandela, Glory and Hope. Dear girls, we have discussed in so much details about the speech delivered by the first black president of South Africa, that was Nelson Mandela, and today we would look into the details of the exercise, the study questions of the very chapter, the very speech by Nelson Mandela. So, as per our routine, recalling portion I would do myself, and interpreting and extending questions are your home task, and you would submit it in our WhatsApp group. So, in our study questions, recalling portion, question number 1 is: who are the people Nelson Mandela is addressing? And the second portion of the question is: what is the occasion? So, Nelson Mandela is addressing both African and international audience. If you could recall, so there were international delegates sitting in front of Nelson Mandela when he was delivering the very speech, the very presidential address. There was heads of different states and other dignitaries, including distinguished guests, comrades, and friends at the auspicious occasion. Now, this occasion was auspicious because he became the first black president of South Africa. So, it was a very unprecedented situation at the time. Okay. Now, the second part of the question, that what was the occasion? It was the day when South Africa got independence from the white people. This was the oath taking ceremony of Nelson Mandela when he was elected democratically as the first president of South Africa on May 10th, 1994. So, it was the year of 1994 on May 10th in South Africa when Nelson Mandela, becoming the first president of South Africa, was delivering this very speech in front of international audience, South Africans, dignitaries, distinguished guests, comrades, and friends. And he called that day, that occasion, very auspicious. Okay. Question number 2 is: what figurative language does Nelson Mandela use to communicate his profound feelings of patriotism and sense of belonging to his homeland? Now, here this question asks us about the figurative use of language. So, you all are highly familiar that he did not use this much figurative language in his speech, but still, Nelson Mandela was a renowned leader of South Africa. He uses the most beautiful and moving language to express his feeling of patriotism and sense of belonging to his homeland. Moving language in the sense because his language, his words, his sentences, his emotions, his feelings, and whatever he wanted to say was highly moving. It not only moved the minds of the followers but of the whole world. He has made use of similes. For example, he says, now this is the quote right from the speech: each one of us is as intimately attached to the soil of this beautiful country as are famous jacaranda trees of Pretoria and mimosa trees of Bushveld. So this was the first example of the simile that he has used in his speech. Second, on a second occasion, he says, each time one of us touches the soil of this land, we feel a sense of personal renewal. He was a great orator. It seems that he has full communication power and skills. Yes, he had this like powerful communication skill, and he was a great orator. That was the reason he has given a sense of freedom to the people of South Africa. That was the reason he made this South Africa free from the clutches of white people. Okay, so question number 3 is, what was the situation like in South Africa before this very celebration of liberty and glory that Nelson Mandela is speaking about? So now, the situation before this celebration, like before independence, before being independence in the sense that being the first black president, what was the situation before this presidential being the president in South Africa? So there was very deplorable situation in South Africa. It was a very horrible, depressing and disastrous sort of situation there, because people, blacks, they were not even given their basic human rights. Before this very celebration of liberty and glory that Nelson Mandela is speaking about, now he named this celebration the celebration of liberty and glory. Liberty from the hands of, liberty from the discriminations of whites, and glory for future coming days. Glory for upcoming future of South Africa and South Africans. There was absolute discrimination between the communities on the basis of caste and color. Yes, you all are highly familiar because you have gone through the unit in details that blacks, they were highly discriminated on the basis of this caste and this color. There was no peace and harmony in the country. Everywhere there was a turmoil sort of a situation. People, they were in panic. People, definitely when you are not being you're not given your basic human rights, you're not even given the right to live in a country freely, then you are in panic, then you are in depressed situation. This homeland was like the original inhabitants of South Africa was the blacks, but they were not even given, like they were not even they were not free to live their life freely in their own, on their own homeland. Many laws and measures were designed to oppress the rights of black people. Yes, they were not even allowed to live in the hotels of the cities. They were not even allowed to be in a line in order to pay their bills. They were not even allowed to sit in the cafeterias, the public cafeterias, and eat something. They were not even allowed to freely move in the streets and in the markets. They were oppressed, and they were highly, highly oppressed by the white people. They had no right to live freely. They were totally bound. They were totally, they treated as slaves. They were oppressed and maltreated. The apartheid was a system of racial segregation in South Africa. The black people were deprived of their citizenship rights. They were no longer citizens of their country. Like presently, apparently, they were the citizens of the country because they were living in this country, in that country. But they were not even given their basic rights. I repeatedly I'm saying this thing, that they were not even allowed to sit in public hotels to eat something. They have to travel so long in order to go from one place to another, because they were not allowed to stay in the restrooms. They were not allowed, in the guest rooms. They were not allowed to book a room in public hotel for themselves, because they were deprived, because they were no longer treated as the citizens of this country of South Africa. Black people were living in the bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender and other discriminations. There was a complete racial, sexual, and ethnic segregation. They were completely treated on the basis of caste and color. Okay, so now moving towards question number 4, that is, what emancipation and liberation is Nelson Mandela speaking about? So, about emancipation, Nelson Mandela says political emancipation, which they have achieved after a long struggle against apartheid system, the system of racial segregation, the system of ethnic sexual segregation. He was elected democratically the first black president of South Africa in 1994 in the former political system in South Africa. Only white people had full political rights. Black people were forced to live away from white people. Now all the people will enjoy full equal rights because they have now they have got this political emancipation democratically. First black president, democratically, Nelson Mandela was elected as the black president of South Africa. Now they are free. Now they will enjoy full equal rights. All the communities will live together with equal opportunities. He's speaking about emancipation from racism and racial oppression. He is celebrating the victory of justice, peace, and human dignity. And about liberation, he says, Nelson Mandela also pledged to liberate all of his people from continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discrimination. He is speaking about the liberation movement of black people of South Africa when he became successful in dismantling the country's apartheid system. That now they are free from this deprivation, from this poverty, from this suffering, from this gender and other discriminations. They are now free from ethnic, racial, and sexual segregation. Now they are completely free from this apartheid system, from this segregation system. Now they would definitely enjoy full equal human rights. They would enjoy peace, justice, and human dignity in the society. Okay, dear. Moving towards question number 5. What does Nelson Mandela mean by South Africa being once the skunk of the world? Now, what does he wants to say when he uses this phrase, skunk of the world? Nelson Mandela means by the phrase, skunk of the world, that once the people of South Africa were hated. They were treated as the skunks for the world. That once the people of the South Africa were hated by other communities as skunk are hated by the people. Skunk is basically a bad smell, a thing that is worst, that is something that is dirty, that is smelly. So they were treated as the skunks because it, like, whenever there is any black in the community, in the society, in the market, in the public places, they were given such humiliated sort of facial expressions that it seemed as if they are like some sort of skunk is around. He means by the phrase that South Africa was once the most despicable and disgusting nation of the world. They were treated as the disgusting nation. The people of South Africa were given no respect or love by the rest of world because of pernicious ideology and practice of racism due to apartheid system. So that was all whatever that was happening in South Africa, that was the ultimate results, the consequences of this apartheid system. South Africa not only went through poverty, deprivation, racial and gender discrimination, but it was rejected with contempt, with hatred, and isolated by the countries of the world. Now you could like think for a while what sort of situation, in what situation they were living. The people of South Africa, the blacks, they were living in what sort of situation? All depressed, oppressed, and a, a panic sort of situation in the world. Okay, moving towards question number 6. Considering that South Africa was once the skunk of the world, why does Nelson Mandela give his speech the title Glory and Hope? Glory of what and hope for what? Now, again, two portions of a single question. Nelson Mandela gives his speech the title of Glory and Hope. There is glory for the peaceful, non violent freedom from racial oppression. There is glory for the justice of human dignity, non sexism, non racialism, and democracy. He talks about the glorious achievement and hope for prosperity, equality, and lasting justice. This was basically his hope, that this was his hope for a glorious achievement of hope, of peace, of prosperity, of equality, of lasting justice for South Africa, for South Africans. He hoped firmly that freedom will reign on the South African land. It would be permanent. All the communities will live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. There will be no racial oppression and discrimination. There is hope for the building of society where all human beings have equal social status and both black and white people will be able to walk tall without any fear in their hearts. There would be no superiority and inferiority complex. There won't be any feelings of superiority and inferiority in the minds and in the hearts of South Africans. Okay, moving towards the next question, I hope it is the second last one. What does Nelson Mandela mean by a rainbow nation at peace with itself and the world? A rainbow nation at peace with itself and world. By saying this, he is comparing his nation with rainbow. Rainbow nation refers to a multicultural or multi-racial country used specially for South Africa in the past apartheid era, because a number of cultures, number of races were living in South Africa. They were living on a single part of the world. Nelson Mandela means that now all the communities, especially white and black people, where the crevices was, where this gulf, this gap was, will live in harmony and peace on the land of South Africa. They will also develop cordial and peaceful relations with the world. As the rainbow consists of various colors, so the South African nation consists of communities like blacks and white people. Now here he compares this rainbow with the South Africa and the colors of the rainbow to the different communities living in the South Africa, especially blacks and whites. Okay. Question number 8 and the last question is, what does Nelson Mandela mean by humanity has taken us back into its bosom? Who wrote laws not so long ago? Nelson Mandela means that humanity has shown affection for the black people and brought them under legal protection by conducting these democratic elections and by electing a black president. He means to say that we have now become dignified human beings. We are not isolated from rest of the world. We are suffering from lawlessness a few years ago, but now we have achieved a politically accepted status. Again, I would repeat for you, dear girls, that he did not become violent throughout his speech. Rather, from his words, from the choice of his language was throughout reflecting peace and harmony. He says we were isolated from the rest of the world because of pernicious ideology and practice of racism, apartheid system. But now the people of South Africa were given respect and love by the rest of the world. So he was here accepting, here he was appreciating, here he was showing respect to hold the world by giving them this this status, this equal status with whites. So, dear girls, that was all for today, and we are done with our reading selection 2.2 from Unit 2, Hope and Aspiration. And your home task is to do the interpreting and extending questions, and please share it on our WhatsApp group. Your questions, your queries, your suggestions are welcome in our WhatsApp group, and inshallah, in our next lecture, we would start reading selection 2.3, that is a poem, I Dream a World by Langston Hughes. Okay, girls, thank you. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.